I've noticed some improvement with her at home. She has watched her temper a lot, so I have appreciated that. Um, she's still going out, and I feel like she's still doing drugs. She doesn't come home and say that she's doing drugs, but she comes home drunk, and the more I thought about it after the last like therapy session, I kind of feel bad in a way. I feel sorry for myself that I lost my childhood, but I also feel sorry for her because I mean I understand that she is lashing out and everything because of our mom and dad, well, our father's death and our mom not being in the picture. I just feel like I wish she would come to me and talk to me because I feel like if we could have that sister bond, if she would stop lashing out, I feel like if she could look to me as more of a sister, like we could go out and do things more if she wasn't into drugs and alcohol. Like we could go to the movies or we could just hang out at home or but I'm taking on that role of just being a mom.
So I noticed that you brought up how you were being a big sister, and you're once again when I asked you how you're doing, you completely switched it on her, saying how she's going out, how you think that she's doing drugs. I want to know how you are doing.
Um,
Tired?
yeah, I mean, I'm just exhausted from always trying to do things around the house and
Yeah.
I mean, keep her out of trouble, so I don't really have time to think about myself much. But I mean, I guess I'm doing okay. I just try and keep busy.
What do you mean busy?
Um, I mean, I try and do things for my grandparents around the house, so they don't have it's not all put on them. Um, I mean, I stay busy with school and stuff, so I come home and I mean, I have a daily schedule. I mean, I wake up, go to school, I come home, I try and cook dinner, and I do my homework. So, I mean, that keeps me busy.
What do you do for fun? What do you like to
Um,
do for yourself?
well, I don't really have time to do stuff for myself. I mean, I have friends that have sisters the same age as mine, and I mean, they're out doing stuff all the time, but I just feel like I can't do that kind of stuff because I'm always worrying about my sister and if she's going to be okay. And every time I look at her, I see my mom. So it kind of makes me not want to go out with my friends and do that kind of stuff.
Do you feel like you're more of a mother figure to Ellie
Um,
because your mom's gone and your
yeah,
dad passed away, and you feel like you need to be on that role?
yeah. I mean, I just don't want her to walk in our mother's footsteps. So I just feel like that's my job right now as being a 16-year-old child. I feel like that's my job is to be a mom.
So you think you being 16, that's your responsibility is taking care of a 14-year-old?
Yes.
How are you doing in school?
I'm doing okay. I'm not doing as well as I could be doing when my father was alive and things were okay with our parents, but I mean, I wish that I was doing better. So,
I feel like you have a lot of stress on you.
yes, I do.
What kind of ways do you cope to kind of let you relieve stress, or do you just have it all bottled up?
I mean, I kind of, when I have homework, I kind of just listen to music up in my room and shut
Yeah.
the door, and that kind of helps me relieve some stress.
Music
But,
is always a good stress reliever.
yeah, it is.
So, so I asked you to do some homework, and the homework was with Ellie is to try to find ways to better communicate throughout the week until I met you. Um, Now I know you said that she's been going out still, and you feel like she's still doing drugs. What ways and steps did you take to try to communicate with her?
I mean, when she comes home from school, I try talking to her and see how everything went um, with school, and I have noticed her sitting down more and actually talking to us more about it. But I'm still seeing her going out, which I wish she wouldn't do. I feel like our communication could have been better this week for homework if um, I wasn't so worried about her going out and doing drugs and so forth.
Now, have you tried anything to help her, to get her help with her drug abuse? Have you tried, instead of like yelling at her or screaming at her about her situation, have you tried talking to her as an older sister and as a companion?
Not really, because I don't feel like, I mean, when I sit down and try and talk to her, I just don't think that it goes in one ear and out the other, because she doesn't want me to be like the mother figure. Like, she wants me to be her sister, and it's hard for me to do that, so.
So let's talk about some goals that you could take to kind of let go of the mom figure and kind of just for you to be a big sister. What ways could you take to help Ellie realize that you do want to be the big sister, and that any ideas of what you could possibly do?
I mean, one of my personal goals, which I would like to accomplish, would be just like us having like a girls' day. So like us just going out, or like just going to the movies, like without drinking, just get dinner and just talk to her at dinner and just sit down and tell her how I feel about her going out and doing these types of things. So I think if we could do that and accomplish that without going a whole night without fighting or anything, that would make our communication better.
Or how about you could try, instead of talking to her about her drugs and her alcohol right now, because it seems like she does that when she's feeling stressed out or when she feels a little lost. And I feel like if that didn't happen, if she didn't feel these types of ways sometimes, that maybe that could reduce some of her drug addiction and her drinking, obviously. But I was thinking more towards, like, you said you wanted to have a girls' day.
Yeah.
And obviously you guys like going to the movies because you guys go to the movies. So I was thinking like more like going to the movies, maybe going to dinner, just seeing how your day's going, not bringing up like not bringing up any kind of negative aspect that could possibly cause a fight. Like thinking about like plans that you guys want to do, any vacations you guys want to take on. Nothing more on the negative side until we kind of figure out and squash the tension between you two. Because you guys definitely have some aggression towards each other because of the way you look at her and the way she portrays you. So, but we could try doing that. Is there any kind of personal goals that you would want to achieve as a person?
Hold on.
Grow?
It has to connect back to the GoPro. Okay. Is it? Okay, sorry, go.
Are there any kind of personal goals that you would like to achieve just as an individual, not for Ellie right now, just as an individual for yourself? What
I
are your
would like to
plans?
do better in school, because a long-time goal of mine is to go to college. So in order for me to do that, I kind of need to do better in school and branch out, maybe get involved in some clubs at school. So, I mean, I think if I can join a club at school that I'm interested in, or a sport that I can keep my mind away from my home life.
So I told your sister I wanted to see her next week, but I also want to see you next week together. I gave her some homework, but also I want to give you another homework about communication. Find alternate ways to communicate better. And why don't you try doing a girls' day and taking her out to the movies and going out to dinner, or maybe getting pedicures. And like I said before, try not to bring on a negative aspect. Try to think of something positive to say, or like bring up something that you guys both enjoyed, and then go from there. So that's your homework